Decidueye may be on the team, but it is definitely not the star of today's video. That award goes to Volcarona. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we have a battle versus a complete randomer, to be honest with you. I've been having internet issues, and I didn't want to bother the people in the Discord server with me because I just kept DCing constantly. So I've been trying to get a battle with a randomer, and I think I fixed my internet issue because we managed to get through a full battle without disconnecting. So fingers crossed, eh? Fingers crossed we can get back on schedule with the videos. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. And with that being said, let's jump into the team preview. Ooh, Mox has got some power. They've got a Scizor, Greninja, Revavroom, Ampharos, Donphan, and a Dragapult. I actually feel kind of bad because they've got some lower tier mons on the team. I kind of figured, you know what, this Decidueye is in OU for the time being. It's going to need all the support it can get. Let's put some nice and powerful OU mons on there, with the exception of Slowking, of course. So, looking at that team, they are either going to lead with Greninja, I think, Dragapult, or maybe the Donphan to get Stealth Rocks up for the Volcarona, even though we have Heavy Duty Boost. I feel like Hydreigon's a decent lead because we've got that nice and powerful fast U-turn. And if they do lead with Dragapult, we might be able to catch it off guard with a nice and powerful Dark Pulse. So let's see how that goes. Decidueye, on the other hand, it might be able to do something if we catch the Greninja if it's locked in with Choice Specs. Potentially Ampharos, we should be able to do some nice damage. Donphan as well. Sucker Punch would be great for the Dragapult. Spirit Shackle could do some decent damage to the Scizor. It's not going to one-shot it or anything like that. So Decidueye has potential this game. And the battle begins. So Marks is going to lead off with Hamaoka, which is the Ampharos, which is nice and shiny. Gotta love it, as we led off with the Hydreigon. So not a bad matchup, not the best matchup in the world. I don't want to get static, so I'm not going to U-turn. I'm going to hard switch into Tuscany over here. Oh no, they might go for Dazzling Gleam. I might have just made a big boo-boo. I'm sure we can live a Dazzling Gleam, but we might have just made a big boo-boo there. So let's see what they're going to do here. So we get the Booster Energy, which is nice and powerful. Boost our attack and all that wonderful stuff. They go for the Dazzling Gleam. We live. Cool, we're living. And it's a shame because Great Tusk does really well against their team. There's not a lot that can switch into it. So I'm going to go straight for the Headlong Rush. Take out this Ampharos. They do stay in. They don't really have a good switch in. They don't really have a good switch into the Great Tusk on their team. I've got to be honest with you. They got the Scizor. They got Greninja, which is frail as though. Revavroom's 4 times weak. Ampharos dies. Dragapult dies. Donphan can probably live 1, but it can't really do anything in return. So they're going to come into Ceres, which is going to be their own Donphan. So Donphan coming in is pretty big. I think that Great Tusk does... I think Great Tusk's basically going to have to Headlong Rush this thing. Just get some damage off on it. And then we bring in Decidueye to finish it off later. So let's see how that goes. Let's go for a Headlong Rush real quick. They go for an Ice Shot to get some damage off. Is nearly going to get the KO, but not quite enough as we go for the Headlong Rush and do a nice nearly 50%, which is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So they all got Rocky Helmet, which is unfortunate as the Donphan is going to take out our Great Tusk, which is not a sight you'd usually see, but it is going to be what it is in this game. So let's go into Decidueye real quick, and we can definitely scare this thing out if we want to. Go into Decidueye, there we go. And I'm looking at that team and I'm thinking, best switches here are probably going to be the Revavroom or the Scizor or the Dragapult. So I'm going to go for a Spirit Shackle. And they do stay in for some reason, which is going to work out in their favor. They can no longer escape those, so we definitely get the KO on the Donphan, provided we can live and hit in this next turn. They go for a knockoff. That's going to do a solid amount of damage to us, unfortunately, as they lock off our Life Orb. So that's unfortunate. That is real unfortunate. They definitely go for an Ice Shard here. I'm getting done over by this team. Let's go for a Sucker Punch just to get the last minute damage, because they're definitely going for an Ice Shard here. As they do go for the Ice Shard, that's going to take out Decidueye. So Decidueye does note this game. Absolutely note. Does note. Which is short for nothing, in case you didn't know. Anyway, Donphan's here. Donphan is here. Donphan is here. We need to start pulling this back because I've kind of played like a bit trash this game. So let's go Hydreigon. Let's go Hydreigon, and I'm looking at their team, and I'm thinking, you know what? Dark Pulse is looking pretty nice right now. Dark Pulse is looking pretty nice. So let's go for that Dark Pulse with the Hydreigon. They do go for an Ice Shard as a last-minute ditch effort to get some damage, which is fair enough. We go for a Dark Pulse, takes out the Donphan, and there we go. So Donphan goes down, which is great. So we've took out 2 of their mons, they've took out 2 of ours. Looking pretty even Stevens right now, which is always nice. We're going to go into Vasily, which is going to be the Dragapult. Now, I think they've come in expecting us to not be Scarfed for some reason. And you don't run Scarf Dragapult because it outspeeds everything in the tier anyway. So, let's see what we can do with Hydreigon here. Let's go for another Dark Pulse. We do outspeed. We go for a Dark Pulse. It's going to easily take out the Dragapult. What an absolute monster. Alright, so Hydreigon's putting in the work right now. But nice and powerful 2 KOs. We've got the Donphan, we've got the Dragapult, which is always nice. As now they have Revavroom, Greninja, and Scizor remaining. In comes Bakunine, which is going to be the Greninja. So Greninja is obviously a big threat. It resists a Dark Pulse, where we can go for an Ice Beam. Probably does go for an Ice Beam here, so I'm going to go straight into Slowking. Or Slowqueen, sorry. I'm going to go into Slowqueen. And I'm going to go ahead and go for a Chilly Reception. They do go for an Ice Beam as expected. They are Protean as expected. Ice Beam's going to bounce off us like it's note. There we go. Awesome. So, we've got pretty much all our health back with leftovers from that hit. So, I think we're in a pretty safe position. That Greninja's tiny as well. Oh my god. So small. So small. Let's go for a Chilly Reception real quick and get on out of here. They go for a Grass Knot, which is going to do some seriously solid damage. But Regenerator will sort that out as we're going to tell a really bad joke. And just leave. Just going to tell a joke, make it snow, leave. That's all I have to do. So we're going to go ahead and get on out there. Slowking's looking pretty good right now. Looking really good. Looking really good. So I'm thinking we either go Hydreigon and drop a Draco. Or we go Mothra, Tera Grass, go for a Quiver Dance and clean up. We could do that, couldn't we? Fairy. Let's go for that. Let's go for that. Let's go Mothra. Go Mothra real quick. There we go. Nice and powerful. We're going to go ahead and Terastallize into a Grass type. Go for a Quiver Dance. And just kind of go from there. So they might anticipate the Quiver Dance and go for an Ice Beam. If they do that, I'm pretty sure we can live. Because they're not Life Orb. They're probably Expert Belt or Focus Sash or something along those lines. So we did get some chip damage off, I believe. Did we? Did we? Did we? I don't think we did we? I don't think we did. So they go for a Surf as expected. Water type move comes in. We're going to beat that up like it's absolutely nothing. Go for a Quiver Dance. Get them stats nice and powerful. Volcarona's looking like a real beast right now. Absolute beast. So they could be Focus Sashed, which is obviously a possibility. We're going to go straight for that Fiery Dance. We do outspeed, of course, because of the Quiver Dance. Fiery Dance could potentially boost our special attack to even greater heights. They are on Focus Sash, which is absolutely amazing. We get a critical hit, which is absolutely amazing. Not that it matters, because it was definitely KOing a Greninja that's turned into an Ice type. Definitely KOing. So we've got the Greninja. Now they've got Revavroom and they've got Scizor. So this is looking like it's going to be a nice, clean sweep for Volcarona. Unless the Tera Steel Scizor with Choice Band Bullet Punch. In comes Vinity, which is going to be the Revavroom. So Revavroom comes on in. Why Revavroom? Let's go for a Fiery Dance and find out what they're going to do. So they don't Terastallize, which is interesting, as they go straight for the death. Bye! As we get a special attack drop as well, boost as well. So Revavroom is coming through and just fainting on us. Did nothing at all. Macno is coming in, which is going to be the Scizor. So nice and shiny, gotta love it, gotta love it. Like I said, the only way they get around this is if the Choice Band Tera Steel with Bullet Punch, obviously. So let's go for a Fiery Dance and find out. They go ahead and they just die. They just die. As Volcarona gets a little mini sweep. So that was a pretty fun game against a randomer. Like I said at the beginning, sorry about the lack of uploads. I literally... my internet's just been dying on me. It's been really rough. Like, every time I connect to the internet on Scarlet and Violet, 3 minutes later, disconnect from the internet saying server communication, and it's always on my end as well. So I think it's my router, and I've got a new router today, and I've set it all up, and, well, lo and behold, I was able to do a full battle, if you can call it that, without disconnecting or anything. So I think I fixed the issue, so we should be back to regular schedule, regular daily videos, hopefully, provided no more issues happen. So thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.